Coming up on Access USI, 3 sexual assaults have been reported to the Title IX office. The International Food Expo made a big impact. The Career Link Fair brought employers to Carter Hall. And in sports, USI men and women's basketball teams score victories. Access USI starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Access USI. I'm Ann Powell.
And I'm Carmen Parks.
We have a breaking story tonight. Just moments ago, students spotted a live power line on the road near Schutte and Broadway. Veteran officials are on the scene. USI students and Evansville community should be cautious when driving in that area. Now to a developing story. There have been 3 sexual assaults reported to the USI Title IX office. At this time, there has been a little to no information given to media outlets. According to USI Communications, USI Public Safety Director Steve Biquette says Title IX investigators are conducting an independent from criminal investigations, although both may occur concurrently. While alleged victims of sexual assault are given the option to report to law enforcement and ask for a criminal investigation, they are not required to do so. In this case, no criminal complaint has been filed or investigation requested at this time. An additional statement from the Title IX coordinator, Carrie Lynn, states when a student reports an incident of alleged sexual misconduct to the university must strive for impartiality and work to balance the interests of the victim with those of the alleged perpetrator. Confidentiality and privacy should be maintained to the highest degree possible while ensuring a thorough investigation of the complaint. An investigation from both Title IX and USI Public Safety. We will keep you informed if any additional information is released. As many wonder where to go for an emergency situation like this, there is a way to reach out when any emergency takes place. From the USI Counseling Center, Alyssa D. Heyman explains how students can get help.
Somebody comes in and they say that they've recently experienced a sexual assault, that qualifies for one of our emergency appointments, which usually we're able to schedule that student immediately with someone, but it's always within 24 hours for those emergency appointments.
The University of Southern Indiana's Counseling Center will be having wellness workshops to help students cope with the everyday struggles of life. The upcoming workshop is aimed at stress management, where they will be working with students to help understand where stress comes from, how it impacts their well-being, and show students healthy coping mechanisms for stress. The stress management workshop will be held tomorrow night at 6 in the Orr Center.
An investigation continues for a reported auto theft on campus last week. USI Director of Public Safety Steve Biquette says the 2003 silver BMW has not been recovered. The car was reported stolen between February 3rd and February 8th from the parking lot behind Newman Hall. The vehicle is a 2003 silver BMW 4-door with Indiana license plates and a USI parking decal in the lower left window. If you or someone you know have information, please contact USI Public Safety or the Vanderbilt County Sheriff's Office. Students are encouraged to lock their vehicles and keep keys secure.
Campaigning for the Government Association president spot is in full swing. The candidates meeting was held late in January, and the application to run ended February 14th. Although it is not clear who all will be campaigning this year, the organization expects up to 20 candidates. Each candidate has a set budget of $150 for his or her campaign. As the campaigning process continues, SGA hopes to have scheduled debates and Q&As for students to get a feel for the candidates. Chief Justice Keegan Romke informs students what to look for during the campaign season.
Be watching for campaign posters, be watching for debate times, because there will most likely be debates if any position is contested. and make sure you vote come in April. Just watch your email and make sure you vote if you get that email. So.
2012 USI grad Casey Mason hosts Nashville Insider, which won Best Talk Series at the Synopsis Awards. Mason shares her excitement to access USI reporter Rachel Lohorn.
Casey Mason, Nashville Insider's host, has lots of excitement after the show won Best Talk Series for the 2019 Synopsis Awards.
It was definitely exciting to find out. I was actually getting ready to tape our weekly episode of Nashville Insider when our show head producer came in. His name is Jeff Mosley. He's our executive producer and really the creator of Nashville Insider. And he came in and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, I think we may be up for the nomination." And I said, "Well, that's great. Let us know if we win." And about an hour later, we all got the email out saying that we did indeed win.
Mason graduated with her bachelor's degree in radio and television from the University of Southern Indiana back in 2012. She began her career right here in the tri-state at a local news station. Mason then moved into a position in Nashville. Now, as the host of Nashville Insider, she has found herself hosting live interviews with some of country music's hottest celebrities.
They all are so special to me because I dreamed of doing this for so many years. So anytime I get to interview anyone that's on my bucket list, it truly, I have not been lost in that at all. I've not become unappreciative. Every time I get to interview someone who is even remotely on the rise, I just appreciate that I'm standing next to them so much. I definitely don't take it for granted. I'd say Garth Brooks and Dolly Parton. I'd say female-wise, of course, Dolly Parton, because I think what I liked about her is she's the person that, you hope they're a certain way in that, are they truly that amazing person that they give off on television and on other interviews that I've heard, and they seem like so approachable and so kind, and if you meet them, I hope that's the person you get. And with her, it really was. She's everything you'd hope she would be, just delightful. And
Nashville Insider is a country music and entertainment news series with episodes airing each week.
Cameron Douglas will have a look at your forecast after the break.
The most important step in a person's journey of choosing a school is the campus visit. We want you to be a part of the organization that welcomes these students and shows them the friendly faces, excellent facilities, and the beautiful campus that the University of Southern Indiana has to offer. Faces of the Student Ambassador Organization are some of the first that new students and families will see at USI. They are crucial to the university. Student Ambassadors, welcoming Screaming Eagles to their new home.
And welcome back to Access USI. I'm Kevin Oates with a look at your Access USI weather forecast. Currently our temperatures across the tri-state right now mainly in the 40s. One area though in the upper 30s. That's out in Mount Vernon, Illinois at this hour. And right now for us here in Evansville, we're partly cloudy skies, 54 degrees at this hour. And right now the latest radar loop currently showing all that rain has made its way out of the tri-state at this point. Looking mainly dry. We're going to be remaining that way throughout the overnight hours, and looking a little bit further at a wider view out in southern Indiana, looking like drier weather all across southern Indiana. That rain making its way off out to the east out in Ohio at this point. And otherwise overnight tonight we're expecting cloudy skies, 31 degrees for an overnight low. We're looking at a chance for a few small pop-up showers throughout the day on Thursday. I think we're mainly dry, though, throughout the vast majority of your Thursday. Our temperature is going to be staying steady in the 40s all day long as we go throughout the day on Thursday, climbing to a high of 48 degrees overall on Thursday and cloudy skies. And otherwise, we're expecting the rain chances to ramp up as we go towards the day on Friday, 50 degrees by then, and by Saturday, 73 degrees. And thunderstorms by then, some of those could be on the strong to severe side. Let's break that down and taking a look further into that. Currently, the Storm Prediction Center has all of the tri-state under that 15% chance of a risk for severe storms. They don't have it currently categorized as the marginal or slight type categories yet, so we're still a little bit of a ways out, so they're still yet to determine that, as models are still kind of fine-tuning on that as we go towards the end of the work week. Otherwise, the timing looks to be afternoon Saturday into the overnight, and the impacts look to be damaging winds. And while the threat's not high, it's not zero. Can't rule out the potential for some tornadoes on Saturday. Otherwise, looking at a 60% chance of rain on Sunday, a little bit of those leftover rain showers at the start of your Sunday, and then drying out by the end of the day. Temperatures will be going back down slightly to the lower 50s and then into the mid 40s on Monday, with lots of sunshine for the start of our work week next week. And that'll continue through Tuesday, with temperatures climbing back up to near 60 degrees by next Tuesday. Josh Bunch is back with your sports after the break.
Train your body, but also train your mind. Academic skills, training your mind to succeed.
I'm Chase Evans. This semester we had a really big Smash tournament, we had a really big Rocket League tournament, and then we've kind of been trickling with some Fortnite and bouncing between a few games.
The Southern Indiana Esports Association is your place to get connected with other students around campus.
And we hope next semester to go even harder, especially with introducing new games and getting more people involved.
The Southern Indiana Esports Association. Come out and play.
Welcome back to your USI Sports Report. I'm Josh Bunch. Last Saturday, USI held its homecoming basketball games. Both the men and the women's team scored a victory over the University of Illinois Springfield. USI women's basketball dominated with a 74-47 final score, and USI men's basketball broke into the triple digits by putting 100 points on the board, leaving Illinois trailing at 72. USI baseball had a hopeful start to its 2019 season last weekend at the University of North Georgia. The Eagles won 2 out of 3 games in the series. USI baseball will be taking to the field again this weekend here at USI in the Dunn Hospitality Classic. The big race in Daytona Beach, Florida last weekend went out with a bang, or should I say, a crash. During the last 20 regulation laps, there were no less than 5 crashes. This included a dramatic 21-car pileup when there were only 10 laps to go. Despite this excitement, this year's race had the lowest television ratings on record. USI Track and Field is heading to the Great Lakes Valley Conference Championship in Indianapolis this weekend. If you want to see the full coverage of the 2-day event, be sure to check out GLVC Sports Network. Ann and Carmen will be back with more news right after the break.
Being a student isn't easy. That's why grabbing every chance to have some fun is important. And it's never been easier than with Cinema USI. On Thursdays and Saturdays, you can come by, sign in with your student ID, and enjoy a free new movie. Get your free popcorn, free drink, and a chance to win cool prizes before the movie starts. After you've won your prize, just sit back and enjoy the film. Cinema USI. Film for free.
Students continue to worry about the feral cat problem on campus. Here's that story. Feral cats have been a problem in the campus apartments for years, and nobody knows how they got there. Senior psychology major Victoria West is an environmental chairman for the Honor Student Council and started a petition to start a trap, neuter, and release program.
It allows them to continue maintaining our rodent population and managing the ecosystem that they've settled into.
The program would decrease the population naturally, and vaccinations would help prevent the spread of diseases. For more information, please visit change.org and search for USI feral cats. Employers from around the tri-state were in search of USI students earlier today in Carter Hall. Students participating in the Career Link Fair met with employers to discuss part-time job and internship opportunities. Upperclassmen had the opportunity to talk about full-time positions and hand in resumes for possible future jobs. Career Link is the largest fair at USI. This event is typically held in September and February of each school year.
The International Food Expo made a big impact with its cultural diversity on the university's campus. Access USI reporter Rachel Lohorn has more.
The International Club at the University of Southern Indiana held its biggest event of the year, the annual International Food Expo. The event offers 6 appetizers, 13 main dishes, and 1 dessert from countries all around the world. There was also entertainment provided as well as a fashion show. The International Club holds this event for international students wanting to express their cultural diversity, customs, and cuisines of their home country.
The International Food Expo not only brought the USI community together, but Evansville as a whole. For Access USI, I'm Rachel Lohorn.
In honor of Nelson Mandela Social Justice Day next Tuesday, USI is hosting a special keynote address. This year, the address will be given by Dr. Kienga Yamahata, an author and assistant professor of African American Studies at Princeton University. The purpose of the address and other events is to spark conversations on campus about current issues of human and civil rights, public service, and activism. The keynote address takes place on Tuesday, February 26th from 6 to 8 at the Performance Center. All events are open to the public as long as spaces available. A complete list of events can be found online at USI Events Calendar. And that's all we have for this evening. Join us again 7:30 next Wednesday for the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a good night.